Nintendo presents... bit of background for the game. Oh, our great Mother of Earth, a time of despair came. Well, it sounded a little weird. I am currently sick, again. Yeah. We pray to the heavens for help. So that's why my voice has been kind of off the past 3 episodes. Of, previous, let's say. Yeah. Light of 5 colors appeared at a sword. He was a giant who became our guardian god. Evildoers were silenced. Evil ones returned to stone. A new age was created. Dragons live as humans. The evil ones were sent underground. The Chosen One can repel the Shadow Dragon. It's like a poem. Less of a, like, or like a bunch of haikus, less than actual is full-on story. But... welcome everybody to the next Let's Play. One of my favorite series of all time, Fire Emblem! This one being the 3rd game of the series, Mystery of the Emblem. Now, the reason I'm doing the 3rd game instead of doing the first one, I'm not insane. I probably should put it like that. The first game is good, but it's much harder, hard to play, and a bunch of other stuff, but... Alright. Knight. Dismounted cavaliers, Pegasus knights wielding swords. Alright, I don't know why some of the text is in Japanese, but okay. The various rogues with weak fighting skills. But they can open chests. Axe fighters from the frontier lands, strong but lack defense. This game is a strategy game made created by Nintendo in Japan only for a while, until the GBA was released in America and made really popular. Lightly equipped bowmen equipped with skill for range combat. Armored bowmen with high defense, but who possess low movement. But yeah, then when it was ported to America, it gained a huge cult following, and, well, yeah, I was with people who had Shadow Dragon as their first game. Experienced archers that use the strongest bow units. Hunters on horseback, who are skilled in hit and run combat. But yeah, I grew up with Shadow Dragon, which was technically a more expanded version of the first half of this game. Question armor, that's without abilities. And then eventually moved on to Awakening and also Path of Radiance. Experienced Cavaliers promoted, possesses superior abilities. I'm pretty sure it's in the order of it, it's strength, skill, speed. I missed one. I missed one. Give me a moment. Oh, it's this. It's strength, skill, speed, luck, defense, resistance. There. Then HP. Right now it's going over all the classes. Those legendary race who can transform into dragons. This is going over the class that we can do. By the way, even though it shows their stats are very low, they kind of lie. They'll get better. Personal cell swords, they excel at skill and speed. I'll be trying to recruit every character in this game as many as possible, and also try to go for no deaths. And I will be doing bios for every character. Now, one thing I will get out of the way for real quick, just... never mind. Depending on what happens, I may or may not use save states, but just for the sake of, like, basically interim saves at the beginning of rounds. And just for the sake of, like, no death, or for, you know, saving time. But that probably won't happen. Just the sake... why not? Just for the sake of... Oh, yeah. I did the first game without death, so... Well, Shadow Dragon. Dancer. We won't encounter a dancer until the second book. But anyways, let's, press start. Okay. We went through that long enough, and let's start the game by clicking New Game, and starting with an empty save, and selecting we either choose the War of Darkness or the War of Heroes. Just a warning, if you have played Fire Emblem on the NES, or if you've played Shadow Dragon on DS, you could entirely skip Book 1. Book 1 is basically a remake of the first Fire Emblem game, while Book 2 is a sequel. But for the sake of this Let's Play, I'll be doing both books eventually. So, let's start with Book 1, War of Darkness. Mode 7 mode! Alright, let's look at the map. In the distant past, the continent of Akanea was invaded by the Dulunian Empire, led by Manichetes. By the Manichete king Emedius. The people lived in fear and despair. The Holy Kingdom of Akanea, or Arcania, or Arcanea, depending on which first translation, which always guarded the world, was destroyed by the perfect power of the Shadow Dragon, or Earth Dragon. The world was facing ruin. However, a miracle occurred. And Henri was a youth from the town of Altea. He went on a perilous journey to obtain the divine sword of light, Falchion. And used it to challenge and defeat the Shadow Dragon, Medeus. Or Medeus. Probably Medeus. With Medeus' fall, the Dulunian Empire was vanquished, or Dolar Empire. The kingdom of Akanea was restored, and the world entered an age of peace. Taking lead from the kingdom of Altea, many other countries also began to rebuild themselves. But 100 years after the war with the Duluna, after many years had passed, Medeus resurrected at Duluna. He allied with the neighboring kingdoms of Grust and Medon, or Gra, and restored the Dulunian Empire. Oh no, it's Macedon. Also, he joined forces with Caden's Pontifex Garneth, who shared the same ambitions of ruling the world as him, and launched an attack on the kingdom of Akanea. Akanea fought to the death, but under Grust's General Camus and Medeus' might, they suffered terrible losses. Aside from Princess Nina, the royal family was wiped out. Literally, they were all hanged. It's pretty messed up. Altea's King Cornelius, who possessed the bloodline of Henri, left to defeat Medeus. He took the Falchion, the divine sword of legends, to battle, but was betrayed by Altea's ally, Gra, and died in battle. If you watch, and here's the thing, with the tie-in anime with this game, which had 5 episodes, and by the way, fun fact, Abel in that anime, was voiced by Link himself. He was not, with the betrayal of Gra, the actual person who killed him was Garneth himself. Blew a hole through his chest. Anyways, following him, the king of Altea also fell. Prince Marth, just 14 years of age, managed to escape with the help of his elder sister, Princess Elise. Or Ellis. and he fled to the distant island country of Tals. I'll probably be doing one chapter per episode, just to warn you. Chapter 1, Marth Embarks. Prince Marth of Altair was chased out of his homeland by the Dalunian Empire. He was protected by the Altean Knights, led by the veteran knight Jagan, and he escaped, after much struggle, to the eastern island. The eastern island kingdom of Tals. The kingdom of Tals was a small country without even its own knights, located at the frontier. The king of Tals lent his eastern fortress to Marth and offered him assistance. After the death of both his parents and his beloved sister's captured by the Empire, Marth felt anxious. Prince Marth.
Prince Marth, I understand your concern for your sister. However, you're only 14. You're too young to fight with the Empire. Please, wait for now. Here, you can train until you become strong enough to become strong enough.
Under the care and protection of the Tals citizens, Marth had passed 2 years at this country. Right now, it is fast approaching. The day that he becomes 16 years of age. And zoom in! Well, that's not good. Apparently there's a little bit of a pirate problem. Going Tals. And entire competition. Pressing forward.
Princess Marth, Sheeta has come for the Tals Castle. Sheeta has come from the Tals Castle.
What? Sheeta, what's happened? What's happened to the castle?
Marth, am I glad to see you? The Golden Pirates suddenly attacked us. They took over the castle and killed lots of people. Please, you've gotta help to rescue my father.
Don't worry, Sheeta. The bravest Altean knights are here in this fort. We won't lose to those pirates. Come, let's go to the Tals Castle together. And we start the game. That's Chapter 1, with a unit of, well, 7 characters. So, let's go over them, shall we? First up, with the good old stalwart Marth. Alright, Marth. Let me boot up my, I'm gonna turn on display capture for a bit to interrupt game capture, because I actually have something set up for you guys. Boom! I have a PowerPoint shown. Marth, the Prince of Altea, is the Lord class, basically making him the main character of this game. Actually, I should probably, never mind. He is the main character of this game. If he dies, you get a game over. It's the only way to get a game over if Marth dies. But anyways, he is sword locked, basically meaning he only uses swords, but he starts off with a rapier and a vulnerary. A vulnerary is basically a healing potion, healing 10 HP on a use, while the rapier gives extra crit, 10 crit, but also has super effective damage against horses, and also, what's it called? I'm struggling to think of the word. Armored knights, which there are a lot of in this game. You always have, you start to level 1, he has 7 movement, basically he's able to move 7 space on the map, he's nationality Altean, personality is noble, because, like, you know, noble goals, and he's growth. Is it automatic growth? Now, as you notice over here with the growth rates, how lovely it works in this game is that it isn't like predetermined stats. Basically, when you level up, it rolls basically random numbers, basically, with each of these percentages. Basically, Marth is a 90% of getting HP, basically then heals a 90% chance of increasing the HP stat and getting 1 extra HP on his level up, a 50% chance to increase strength, which is how much damage you do. Skill affects hit rate and crit. Skill is always really, really good. Weapon level depends on how, what weapons you can wield. For instance, the higher weapon level, the better for using better equipment. But the lower ones, you basically just wield a swim sword. That's it. But the higher level that they have, you know. In more like later games, it's a stat, not a number that goes up increasingly as you use weapons. Speed basically allows you to double things. The higher your speed, basically determines if you double or don't get doubled, or if you neutral out. Luck is basically is kind of dodge rate. Basically, the higher your luck is, the better you're dodging, and also the better that you're the less critical hits you'll take. Which, by the way, critical hits are 3 times damage. Do not take a critical hit. You will die. Most of the time. Next is defense. Defense is self-explanatory, which depends on how much defense you take. Basically, the higher defense you want, the less damage you'll take. Certain characters, but yeah. As you notice, his defense is kind of low, but yeah. The cap of defense and attack is 20, so I think he starts off with 5. I mean, I can check right now. He starts off with 7 defense, so he's almost there, so he's a pretty decent defense stat already. Now, resistance. Resistance is his magic defense, because magic basically pierces defense and it hits the resistance stat. One thing you'll notice in this game, no character in this game has a good resistance. They always, and I mean this when I say this, always will have a 3% resistance stat. It really sucks. But yeah, Marth's pretty good, kind of a standard lord. He uses swords, has unique weapons for him, including the rapier, which by the way can only be wielded by Marth. So it's basically use Marth. I mean, he has to. Next up on the list is Abel the Panther. The Panther basically is nickname for his fast attacking. Let's move on to the game, and we'll showcase it off for Abel. Abel has a higher speed, skill, strength, and other stats. These are their base stats. Attack basically is how much damage you do. Accuracy is accuracy. Avoid is avoid. Critical hit is how much crit you have, and attack speed is 0. So because of weapon range. But anyways, let's go back to here. Abel the Panther is a cavalier. Cavaliers have really, really high movement in this game, but are blocked by mountains. And in this game, uniquely, there is a dismount system. Basically, that you cannot bring horses inside of buildings, so you have to dismount your horse. Anyways, he can wield swords and lances. Lances can only be used while you're on a horse and not on the ground, while swords can only be used on the ground. So basically, you can use both swords and lances. Giving him a good axe, a good variety of weapons to use. Anyways, in his inventory, he has an iron sword for when he dismounts, but in his inventory, while he's mounted, he has a javelin. The javelin basically is an item that basically allows him to throw his spear 30 times, or 42 times before it breaks. Because weapon durability, just in this game, the more you use a weapon, eventually it will break, and you'll lose access to it, and it'll affect like all the stuff that is. Level 1 still, movement is 9 or 6, the 9 is on the horse, 6 is normally, nationality is Altean, Altea. His personality is collected because unlike Cain, which is his counterpart, he is a lot more collected and calm. And his growth rates are, as you can see there, having pretty good HP, and pretty good growth all around, having really good HP and weapon level growths, and a pretty good speed growth. And an average strength, luck, and average defense. Next up on this list is Cain. Cain being the counterpart to Abel. Cain the Bull. Same class, same weapons available, but he has an iron lance instead of a javelin, basically, which is a spear. He joins chapter 1, same movement, he has a personality of strong-willed, doing a lot more... Try to explain, a lot more brash, and basically a lot more, open with his emotions. And he's also, again, it's basically the opposite of calm and collected. He's a lot more outgoing and passionate, that's the best way to put it. Anyways, for his stats, he has pretty good HP and skill, lower strength, but a much higher weapon level. And it's honestly faster than Cain. Honestly, it's a weird thing about this game that they kind of swapped. Honestly, in my personal opinion, Abel the Panther is better than Cain, but that's my personal opinion. Most of the time, Abel presents better. And same resistance and same defense. Just to let you know, every character in this game has 3+ resistance. Do not expect anything different. Even the mages. Anyways, next up on this list... Oh, let's see if you can the spear there. If I remember right, I put next was... Well, let's see. Jagan. Okay. Jagan. Jagan is the veteran knight.
basically having a silver lance, which is the ultimate form of the regular lance weapons, having lower durability, but doing a lot more damage. The video is not playing. There. It's playing. Oh. Give me a moment. There. Alright. Jagen. Jagen is pretty darn strong with his stats now, but due to a little thing called his growth rates, Jagen has kind of poop growth rates. As you can see, he has only 10% in everything, except weapon level, and luck and defense, and resistance is 3. But anyways, he basically has a silver lance and an iron sword, and has 10 movement, and is, again, called Altea. He is loyal, he's very loyal to Marth, and basically a bunch of other stuff. But the thing about Jagen is that even though he doesn't really gain much stats, he will be pretty useful in this chapter for weakening enemies, and also for having a very high weapon level. Basically, being able to use certain weapons very earlier than the rest of your units can. For instance, Rider's Banes, which are basically a rapier lance. Pretty useful. Anyways, next up on this list is Alright, next up on this list is Gordon! Gordon. Gordon is an archer. Archers cannot attack close range, basically because of how battles work, is that you can stand right next to your opponent in order to attack. Gordon is the opposite, basically can attack from one space away, but you cannot attack in front of him. Basically meaning keep him in the back row. He wields a bow, he has 2 bows, a iron bow and a steel bows being much heavier, basically, and requiring a higher weapon level to use than an iron bow, but doing more damage, and will also slow him down. But he can move 5, he is a little more timid compared to everyone else, unless you're watching anime. 5 points! But anyways, but yeah. He's honestly, there are better archers than him in this game. One of them will be getting next chapter, but he's pretty darn good for an archer, but again, there are better bow users later. One of the better ones literally, again, like I said, against chapter, but it's more of a hunter, but I do use the other one instead. Anyways. But yeah, compared to stats, he's pretty low stats growth. And even stats. Next up on the last of this list is the gentle giant, Drog. Well, no, actually, no, there's one more, actually, I want to talk about. Drog. Basically, he's an armor knight, having 5 movement, but starting with an insanely high defense stat. And also, the ability of being the only class to use lances on the ground. Basically, being able to stab them and attack them off with a bunch of stuff. But yeah, Drog, honestly, is probably the best armor knight you'll get. And actually, I think actually, no. There's one better, but you get him in the second last chapter of the game, so probably just has to, use Drog, if you want to use an armor knight. But he starts off with an iron lance again. And the thing, he's very humble and, again, gentle. He's very, as I mentioned, but he also has the growth rates of pretty high HP, a pretty bad defense growth, because again, he starts with a lot of defense, and pretty bad weapon level, so you'll really use it to get good spears, but I personally, for myself, would not use Drog. Use the armor, use the Cavaliers, or some other pre-promoted units that you'll get later in the game. And last but not least is, good old Sheeta. Princess Sheeta has a Slim Lance and an Iron Sword. Basically, the Slim Lance is a lighter weapon, being weaker than an Iron weapon, but it has much lighter. As you can see by her attack speed being 10. And you also have a really nice speed, a bunch of other stuff, and just Sheeta being a pretty darn good unit, if I remember right. As I can show, Sheeta, the Princess of Talus, is Embarks Knight, basically being a flyer. Flyer units are able to fly over spaces that normal units cannot go over, for instance, how to explain? For instance, mountains. Mountains cannot be crossed by normal characters, except flyer units. Flyer units can actually fly over mountains and actually access areas that they wouldn't, again, like other characters can. I also made her nationality Talisian, or Talsian, because she's actually the native of the Alpha's house. She has 8 movement, pretty good, honestly, but she has to dismount in order to go into certain buildings and other things. She's a gentle personality due to being very gentle. Certain games in the series highlight other things about her, mainly poor Roger. But anyways, the thing about Sheeta, though, that's interesting is that she, along with Marth, recruit most of the characters in this game. Because of her gentle nature, she's able to convince people to join her. Anyways, growth rates. Pretty good HP. Strength. She has pretty good HP. Really, really high skill and weapon level and speed. She will probably double most things in this game, and will probably crit. Kind of be like a Myrmidon when she dismounts. She also has a pretty good dodge, meaning she'll be able to dodge things pretty easily. And that should be all the characters. So, let's boot down this, and let's start planning our characters. First up, let's look at some mechanics, because there is some stuff you can do. For instance, let's select Marth, and when you click on him, you can see the items he has, and you can also select him to move to certain areas. First up, we'll move Marth here to this village, because thieves there can destroy villages. I have to explain a lot of things later, I won't be explaining much. When you visit a village,
Prince Marth, please wait! This is what the villagers gathered up. Altogether, there's 5,000 gold. Please, use it to make preparations and rescue this country from the Golden Pirates.
And we got 5,000 gold for the war supply. If you check, I think you can check gold processing supply and see if funds. And you also see how many items you have in the supply. You'll see the status of the units, what turns there are, see the objective, you can save the game at any time. I forget what happened when you click suspend the game. Oh. You can select the config, you can select the animations for real. Sound, stereo, message speed. I want it to be faster. Terrain on the cursor. Fast. There. And you'll see all the units that have dawning. Anyways, we want to move Jagan first up into the shop. Here. Shop.
This is the armory. What do you want?
Buy. Because shops basically are things where you can buy weapons and armor. Usually we want to buy some armor from, like, weapon. Well, not armor, just weapons. But we have some weapons to buy. For instance, we have a couple iron lances. We have, according to a thing, we want to buy 3 iron lances. Also, when you have an full inventory and try to buy something, it'll be automatically moved to the convoy. Or the storage. Oof. Alright. Next up, we want 2 javelins. I'm pretty sure the convoy is Marth, so don't worry about it too much. And an iron sword for Marth. Alright, that's good funds. No. And let's take a... And after you do that, you cannot wait, but you have to move forward. Also, you can check enemy ranges by clicking on them, and also seeing their stats and other stuff, like all their teeth. There. You can see there's an iron sword. Let's see what's the characters. There are no recruitable characters in this mission, so just worry about defeating them all. But let's have good old Abel dismount and attack this thief. Now we will have to calculate the calculations are ahead for attack speed, so that's the thing we'll have to do. Well, let's go into our first battle. 10 damage, all the power attacks, and parry. Maybe we take them much damage, and then get XP. Alright, we want to give the kill to Sheeta. Sheeta will need the XP as much as she can. And there we are. Probably should go with Sheeta first, but anyways. 40 XP. These give double XP compared to normal units, so use it to your advantage. Anyways, there's some other spaces here. For instance, there's avoid terrain. Basically, on certain terrains, you get higher avoid. For instance, town entrances or forts, which cover HP. There's also houses, which you can visit and get some little hints, which I'll be trying to go to as I can. When cavaliers or Pegasus knights dismount, they become knights. When horsemen dismount, they can fight as hunters. That's introducing that system. Gordon, you move here.
Your Highness! The village has opened its gates for you! Please hurry inside!
Right. Oops, wait. And Doga, you move here. Or draw. Strong weapons require high weapon levels to use. Flying units should always be wary of bows. That's basically a, introducing the mechanic known as effective weapons, or basically certain characters that have bows, like this archer here, can do basically triple damage against flyers. Just a warning, do not put a Pegasus Knight in a flyer range. They will die. Also, whenever a unit has used their turn, what you want to do is press A and then N. and all the enemies will start moving on their own. So let's speed this up. Also, those pirates there, which are can move on water. Anyways, they'll move forward. They just start trying to attack us. Yeah, let's speed up it. Thanks. Alright. Alright. I could do this to see how much damage you do. Alright. Okay, so it's time speed 7. Okay, we double. I try to get a weapon from the fly first. Get out the sword for you. Take the sword. And then attack. And that's a critical hit. Critical hit basically is something that can happen randomly. It's basically a dice roll. If you roll a crit, the enemy basically dies. Alright, how was your range? Okay, you were out of it if I attack that character. I want to mount. And that ended turn first. I should move first. Anyways, move Kane forward. Move Jagan closer, or just to block off a potential enemy attack from the side, because now this guy can't attack Marth. Can't attack Marth anyway, but this guy can attack Marth, so... Here.
If you're wounded, you can rest and forts will slowly become a vitality.
Which again, I did mention earlier, these are 4 tier, these are the covered by now. And move Sheeta here to give her a javelin, supply, and an iron hit. That's an turn. Speed up. Oh, there's an attack on Jagan. That guy is dead. I forgot to put him with him. He's an axe or a spear. Because Jagan's about to just waste a use on the silver lance. Oh, never mind. Thank the Lord. Alright. He's gonna attack Marth, which is not gonna do much, but thanks to his terrain, I have less hit, he knows. Alright. And then we doubled, so I just stabbed him in the face. Alright. So let's give a kill to, Alright. Kane, you move here and try and stab this archer. To death. This guy can't attack us because, again, he's a close-range unit. So stab. Alright. He's an archer to showcase them off. Actually, no. Let's save that kill for you because you're close and then you turn your javelin. Able. Javelin time. Again, these parts will be a little longer, and he's gonna miss. Nope! Got lucky. Alright. I'll be mentioning the characters I'm gonna try to use. Mainly the ones I'm gonna be trying to use out of this party are Marth, Sheeta, and Abel. But I will be trying to use the other characters just for the sake of, you know, of weakening enemies. So I can press the button. That wasn't already weakened enemy. Oops! That could have been given to Sheeta, but anyways. That's free money, I guess. Alright. Kill you with Marth. Use the iron sword. Boom. And just poke him. Alright. Is it doing better than I did in the when I first played? Equipped one of the freaking iron lances. I can trade, right? Weapon trade there, Kane. I didn't give him the javelins here. Anyways, Sheeta, you move over here because you're closer. That was the only threat to Sheeta on this entire mission, so that's down. You just keep moving forward. Move Doga into his fort because, again, Doga will be basically immortal, or Drog if you're really calling him. Doga is a Japanese name that I kind of call him that because Sheeta is name. But, okay. It's kind of a habit, after playing a lot of full translations. And he's gonna fight Marth, because Marth has Provoke. Basically, enemies love to attack Marth at all costs. Alright, oof. Okay. Don't kill! Why? Okay, he's out of range, but it's our first level up. Runs at level 2. Strength got up, speed got up, weapon level got up, and maximum HP got up. Pretty good level up, honestly. Just one more attack. One more, you know, big head. Anyways. Move here. Wait. Martha, you need to heal, because you're pretty damaged, honestly. Let's have Sheeta do something. Stab this guy in the face. Okay, he's good. Alright, please, Sheeta. I love the animations of this game. Yes. Thank you. Thank you! Alright. Who needs another Iron Lance? You. Give one Iron Lance to you. I can only take. I can't give one of my own. Okay, then. Oh, no, there we are. Iron Lance. There we are. Wait. Put you here, just for the sake of everything. Move you closer, and actually take Sheeta's, javelin. Sheeta has the higher movement, she can do more stuff. You move to the forest and use a Vulnerary. At HP. Making Marth have 18 HP now. And now he's waiting. Again, the first episode will be a lot slower because a lot of more stuff to explain. Later episodes will be much quicker. So don't worry if you don't be in some place. And Abel's gonna get attacked, which is not gonna be too bad. I use the javelin. Freck. I'm wasting gonna use the javelin. Here's. Alright. Able to 2 HP. 10 HP, I mean. Alright. Also, Sheeta's, by the way, pretty darn useful at picking enemies off that, like, over here. Maybe. I'm just gonna quick save there, just for the sake of, also, I'm gonna take a, what is... I'm actually gonna test this. What does real do? I think it's in real time on the map. Oh, never mind. It's much faster. Anyways. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep real on because why not? I mean, there's nothing really stopping me. So I just want to do that for the sake of to see what real did. So that's not what I want to do. Let's use Able, just dismount, use a sword, this is faster and has less weight, and also makes a higher dodge rate. Slash. Ow. Ow. Make sure Able doesn't die in the first turn. An iron, what's an area I can attack without being stabbed? I could use a... Could use you to shoot a bow like this guy. Use the steel bow, because why not? Use a steel bow. Let's use Sheeta to attack. Wait, what's her movement range currently? Move this way, so you can attack Sheeta at any range. But anyways, let's move here. For the sake of attacking like this. That should kill. You should be able to dodge that, Sheeta. And you take about... not too much damage. You'll live another hit anyway. Really? I mean, actually, it probably helps us up more, honestly. And, oh wait, no, he can move out of the way and attack Sheeta twice. Freck. Anyways. Grab one. Please hit. Oh. Frick. Frick. I messed up. Alright. Sheeta needs the fort after this. Oh, well, thanks, Gordon. For taking this hit. You saved Sheeta's life. Please. Alright. The enemies will actually sometimes have different weapons, so be very cautious on what enemies weapons are wielding. So watch it. No! Don't do this to me. Don't die because of being cool, Sheeta. Skill level got us, speed level up, and weapon level up. Okay, that's basically a standard one. And, okay, he can't reach us. Thank you, Lord. Alright, Drog, you move off of that space. One, you move here. You move... I would move you on it, but you're at very low HP. I could move you on it. Dismount. Weapon. Trade. No. Item. Trade. Trade the Vulnerary, and then use them. And then use the Vulnerary. There we go. So now let's use Able. Again, I'm going to try to get as much HP as possible with you. Or HP. Whoop! Slash. Really? Okay, thank you. Ha! And it's level 3. 2 levels for 2 per party. Skill, luck, weapon level. It's extra credit, an extra hand. And after you get a certain amount of enemies down, you'll get a victory song. This is showcasing your coming victory. Hooray! Let's move Marth more down. Actually, let's move the rest of our army down because we do actually need. I think they got that area down pretty darn down pat. So let's move on forward. I guess you don't want Sheeta. You want Able. Okay, Able to die. Alright, I need to kill this guy. Mount, stab the Iron Lance. Or actually the Slim Lance probably will hit better. But it will kill if it doubles. It'll do 14 damage. Or if it just crits and kills it instantly. That works. Anyways, you go into the space and heal up for a bit. Actually, no. I should have moved you forward, but okay then. Although I canceled my turn. Never mind, it didn't. Alright, it's good to know. Keep moving forward. Just checking. What is your weapon equipped right now, Jacob? You have the Iron Mask, got it. Visit.
Arcaneus, Princess Nina, and Aurelius Lord Hardin have currently united. The shields they are fighting to defend Aurelius against the invasion by Doluna's Imperial army. It's going to be a fierce battle. Your Highness, you should go to help them.
Oh, by the way, with these small villages, you can visit them with anyone, these houses, but these villages, you need Marth. Marth's the only one who can visit them. Also, move here. Put the Iron Lance, and wait. Let's lure some in, but... Oh, no. Okay, they don't want to come. Fair enough. You stay there, Able, I guess. Or you move forward. I could pester you, but I think all three of you move. I know the boss doesn't move. The boss Gazak will never move from his throne. Because he has the boss's name with a portrait and an axe, so... Alright, we can go to the village. And get ourselves...
Oh, you're the Prince of Altea! It's like a dream to be able to see you. This Vulnerary is a small gift from me. Please, accept it.
Now, if you were playing the NES or Shadow Dragon version, that wouldn't be a Vulnerary. That would be a character named Riss, your first healer, your first cleric. I don't have a bio for him, he's not in this game. I just think it just shows that how bad Riss was, even though Riss is pretty useful as a healer in the early game, but is immediately replaced by the next healer you get, that he's been replaced by a Vulnerary. Anyways, wait. And you move here. Where's it?
Boulder is a port town to the west of Talos Island. Right now, it's a pirate's base, ruled by a man named Gomer. Named by Homer.
I know it's Gomer, but I'm making jokes. Trying to make a Homer Simpson reference that I'm failing. Because I never watched The Simpsons. Yes, I never watched The Simpsons. Pretty funny enough. Let's move you here. That will and dismount Jake and wait. That'll work pretty well for luring them, unless they don't move. Oh no, they don't move! Okay. We can deal with these guys at our leisure. Alright, so we need Sheeta to level up again. Again, we do need you to item, trade, take the Vulnerary. By the way, in this game, items and weapons have their own unique inventories. Anyways, let's focus fire on you. Slash. I should have waited, but... Oh, well, never mind. Marth killed him instantly. Anyways. Marth just chopped him in half. But anyways... Okay, you go here, equip... Okay, this has higher crit rate, got it. But you attack with this, Sheeta. Stab. Miss. Stab. Wow, Sheeta, you're getting a lot of crits. That's what to say, Sheeta. Wow. Also, by the way, this castle, it recovers HP. We have ranged weapons. We technically could, and I'm just gonna say this, get infinite EXP from this guy by constantly throwing javelins and everything and then just buying more. But I'm not gonna do that because it's cheating. Maybe I'll throw a javelin. Like a Zok, just to show the boss dialogue.
What? The Altean army? If we let you guys walk all over us, it would ruin the name of us pirates. Die!
Also, you only gain EXP if you actually hit them. So, just warning you. Alright. Let's weaken him with a character, and then we'll use probably Able to kill them. Bosses, by the way, also give more EXP than the average enemy. Unless, okay, thank God. Gordon didn't get to kill him. Anyways. Throw. There we are, finally. How much damage will he do to me? Okay. 14 minus 7, that's 7 damage, you can take 2 hits. You equipped... you dismount, and that will increase your attack speed, but... Alright. Alright, let's attack Zok. Able, you kill him. Oh, yep, there. Able decapitated Gazok instantly, and he died.
Oh!
By the way, that's the death theme for player characters. It will play for every boss in this game. Even the evil ones. It will play for Garneth. Anyways, how you finish the chapter is after all the enemies are dead, or if you get to the castle, you basically, it's easy at the castle, you don't even need to kill the enemies. You go there and you click the Seize option. Boop.
Old Marth, I'm glad to see you're safe. We are all very grateful for your actions. Is that so? You're finally heading out to Aurelius? In that case, I'll lend some soldiers to aid you. These men, led by Captain Ogma, are all brave warriors. I'm certain they will help you in battle. Before you go, I have some important advice for your Highness. From now on, during your Highness's travels, you will surely find many people who despise the Delulian Empire. Some of them are hiding in villages, while others have been captured by enemies. There may even be some that have been forced to work for the Luna. Finding these people and fighting together with them is crucial. Do you understand me, Prince Marth? Well, the time has come. You must be determined to... Marth, you must be determined.
You must be...
You must be determined during your journey. Good luck.
And we get to save the game. And that's where I'm gonna end... Okay, never mind. Okay, that's where I'm gonna end this episode. Next time on Let's Play, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem, we're going to head into the next chapter of the game. See you guys then. Also, no. See you guys then. Bye-bye.